Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm filming in my bathroom. There is a reason for this. My neighbors decided to start blaring their music right as I sat down to film. So decided to relocate. So if it's echoey, I'm sorry. It's just hopefully a one-time thing. So anyway, don't mind my towel. I know I don't have a shower curtain up, but just bear with me for this video. Anyway, today I'm gonna do kind of a fall-ish look using the Anastasia Beverly Hills, of course, Modern Renaissance palette that everybody adores. This is a staple in my makeup collection. It is absolutely beautiful. It's a perfect everyday palette. It's good for fall. It's good for pretty much any season. As you can see, it's got a lot of cranberry tones and a lot of champagne and neutrals in it, and it's quite gorgeous, and I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna be doing a look with that just to kind of unwind. It's been a long week, and I just figured I'd just sit down and talk with you guys as I mess around in some eyeshadow. I got my wine. Good. So I already have my foundation on from the day. I didn't feel like redoing it. I love you guys, but I was too lazy to do all that. So this is just my foundation from the day. I do have a little bit of mascara on, but I may, I can't think today. I may just go ahead and add a little bit more once we complete the look. So I'm not quite exactly sure what colors I'm gonna use, but what else is new? I kind of wing every video anyway, right? So, but I'm thinking kind of a cranberry-ish color paired with a darker lip. So let's just see where this goes. I'm gonna go ahead and grab, ooh, I should probably color switch this brush. I've used it a good amount of times, so I'm just gonna switch it real quick and get the excess shadow off of it, because I am gonna apply a lighter shade to my lid to help blend out the shadows. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here called Tempera, not to be confused with tempura, the Japanese food. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that over the lid with a fluffy brush. And since I'm so fair, this pretty much matches my skin color. So that'll be good. Just use, for that, you can always use loose powder, you can use the lightest shade in the palette, whatever you choose to do. So I'm just gonna use the lightest shade in the palette because I'm fair skinned. So I think next I'm gonna go in with the shade Blonde Fresco. That is the shade right here. It is a kind of a light, it looks gray on camera, but it's a, how do I describe it? Kind of a purpley taupe color. And I'm gonna use that actually as my transition shade, so that's gonna go in the crease because it's the most neutral and it kind of looks more like a shadow. You know, it's cool enough. It's not too cool, it's not too warm. It's gonna kind of mimic a shadow and give your eye more dimension. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. I'm gonna take that on my, let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that on my fluffy brush. I'm gonna use my Morphe M441 brush. It's just a fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to dip into that, bang off the excess, and just start building that up in the crease. Just back and forth. And this is, well, I say it's gonna be an everyday look and then watch it turn into something dramatic, but you know, whatever. I realized I forgot to take my little sticky thing off, so let me do that. It's driving me nuts. It's so satisfying. So I'm just gonna keep building that color up, creating a shadow. See how it gives more dimension. We've talked about this before, but This is great for those of you who have hooded eyes. You want to make sure you pick the right transition shade and, you know, make your eyelid pop a little bit more. I'm sorry if my foundation's looking a little rough, but like I said, it is the end of the day, so. Although I will say, this Charlotte Tilbury foundation, y'all, it's the stuff of dreams. It has not moved since I put it on, and it is a good shade match for the most part. Of course, I look more pink right now because I'm kind of sweating a little bit, but it's oh gosh, it's a great formula. I use a brush to put it on. Highly recommend it. It's a little bit more pricey, but you don't need to use as much, and it gives really, really good coverage, and it will last you a good amount of time. So that is I actually have it right here, don't I? Did I have it? Yep. So that is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So highly recommend that. So I'm just gonna finish blending this out. And I'm gonna take it out past the lid, just to, again, kind of elongate my eyes since they are rather round. And just I'm gonna take it down a little bit onto the outer corner, just a little bit to help blend other colors we're gonna be using. Okay, so I got that for the most part. I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush. It's my Morphe M514, and I'm gonna kind of V out the shadow a little bit to kind of give us the desired shape that we want. So you can see how it's kind of, you know, more round in shape. I want it to be more of a V. So same thing on the other side. Okay, so if it doesn't look absolutely perfect right now, that's okay. We're just laying down the base for the eye look. I act like I know what I'm doing, and I really don't. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I am gonna take this shade down the lower lash line just to continue what we have going on the top, on the bottom. So just take that down. Okay. All right, now this is where I'm not really sure what I want to do. I think what I am going to do is go in with a brown, kind of a deeper brown, just to deepen up the outer corner a little bit. So what I like to do with that is I'm going to take that same Morphe M514, the smaller crease brush, and I'm going to dip into the color Cypress Umber right here. And I'm just gonna take a little bit because these are pretty pigmented shadows, so you don't want to do too much at once. Remember, you can always build up, but you can't always take away. So I'm going to just press that on the outer corner, and I'm gonna follow the V that we made. I'm gonna use a different brush. That's not working for me. Trial and error, right? Okay, sorry. I'm taking my Morphe M431. It's a detail pencil brush in that same color, Cypress Umber. And I'm just going to deepen that V shape that we have going on. And I'm keeping this on the outer third of the eye. You don't want to bring it in too far because it'll look like you have a bruise. So I'm just filling in that V shape that we made with the Blonde Fresco shade. And this is just creating a little bit more dimension to the eye. And I am taking it up into the crease just a little bit. I'm not taking any additional product into the crease. I'm dragging what I've put down into the crease. You can see I'm dragging, so that just kind of, you can see, gives a little more dimension. Makes the eye a little bit more, as if I need it to be any more round, but you see where I'm going with this. Oops, it's a little too much, but you know what? We're just gonna blend it out. When in doubt, blend it out. I'm actually gonna go, see, perfect example of when you mess up. Just go in with that tempera shade, that shade we used in the beginning right here, and just kind of blend out the part that you messed up. Just to make it look a little softer. There we go. Again, fixing my mistakes, just blend out. Y'all, I don't know what my neighbors are doing. They have been rowdy since I've been home, man. Come on now. I get it's Friday night, but people are never tired, I swear. All right, so we kind of have an idea of what we're doing. I'm going to take a brush with no product on. I'm going to color switch it real quick, and I'm just going to blend this out. So next, what I'm gonna do, I kind of want to do a, you could leave it, well, not leave it like this, but you could go with this and then put just a shiny color in the middle and then be done with it. But I think I'm gonna add a little bit of a red pop to it. And I think to do that, I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with this color right here called Love Letter. It's this really gorgeous cranberry color. It looks really good. It's very, very pigmented. You see, I only dabbed it in there, and look at all that came off. So bang that off a little bit. And then I'm gonna just kind of add that to the outer corner, so when it mixes with the brown, it'll be a little bit more of a deeper color. It's not gonna be as bright as this would be. So hopefully this works. Hopefully. All right, so let's go. And I like to use a fluffy brush to do this because it diffuses the color a little bit more. Oh, that actually looks pretty good mixed with the brown. I thought I was gonna F it up, but actually it actually works out pretty well. So okay, I'm just doing the other side. And you want it to look as even as possible. So I think what we're gonna do is kind of do an ombre effect. So I'm gonna keep going in with that shade Love Letter, and I am going to bring it in a little bit so it is a little bit brighter, but I think I'm gonna use a different brush. This is a brush from Firma. I've never heard of that brand before, but it's Firma. I got it in my Ipsy bag. Again, things that I get in my Ipsy bag I don't always know the name of, so I'm gonna go in with that, and I'm just going to go in that Love Letter shade, and I'm gonna just press a little bit of that onto the lid. And I'm only keeping this on the outer half of the eye. Okay, you don't want it to, and I'm only keeping it on the lid. I'm not taking it up in the crease. I'm just keeping this on the lid, and then I'm gonna go back in and kind of fix the crease because you can see it's getting a little muddy, but we'll go in and fix that. We're just kind of laying down the colors right now. All right, I know it looks messy right now, but bear with me, okay? Okay, and I'm gonna take my Morphe M441 again, and I'm gonna go back in that shade Tempera, the, oops, sorry, blinding y'all, the light shade, and I'm gonna blend out the, just around these colors so it's a little less harsh. I'm gonna go back in with that Buon Fresco shade and just kind of blend everything back together. Okay, next I'm going to take the shade Vermeer, which is this champagne pearlescent shade, and I'm gonna actually take that on my finger that has stuff on it at the moment, but I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna press that onto my lid. And that kind of helps all the colors come together a little bit more. And I just covered up that red on accident, so you can go in with more. So I went in with a little bit more red after I placed down that that Vermeer color, and it just kind of ombrated into each other. See that? I'm going on this side. And even though that was a mistake on the other eye, I'm going to do the same thing to this one, so it looks it looks the same. So I have to mess up twice essentially. And then just hit that inner corner one more time with that Vermeer shade. Vermeer shade, excuse me. And if you want to build up the red a little bit more, you can, but I realized as I was doing it, see, it's all about correcting your errors. I realized as I was doing it that the red and the brown were kind of muddying together, so I used that lighter shimmery shade to kind of tone it down a little bit. And what it did was I still have the dimension because the lighter shade makes your eye look a little bit more domed, so I'm still getting the same effect as I was going to get, but the colors just weren't working out. So you learn as you go how to correct everything. So you saw it looking muddy. You just kind of, you learn how to you learn how to roll with the punches. So I fixed it. It looks a little better. I am going to blend it out a little bit more. Add a little bit more red to the outside. And then I think for the bottom lash line, I would say, you know, do what you did to the top, but I don't really remember what I did to the top. So I'm gonna go in with probably the shade Love Letter mixed with some of the Cypress Umber. So I'm gonna take that M431 brush, that detailing pencil brush, and I'm going to mix the color Cypress Umber with Love Letter to do the bottom. Remember, these are pigmented, so bang off your brush. So I'm using the two colors that we used on the outer corner, and I'm extending it down to the lower lash line, but only to the outer half or so, just to keep it keep it from closing the eye off. And again, I'm not going past the, ooh, I almost spoke myself. I'm not going past the halfway mark. So there's that. And I'm trying to think what else. I think I'm gonna go in with another coat of mascara. So I'm going to, where did I put it? I'm trying to decide if I should do eyeliner. Should I do eyeliner? I'm gonna do a little bit of eyeliner because I look kind of like baby dough, you know? So let's do a little bit of that first. I'm just using my Maybelline Master Precise All Day liquid liner. This stuff is amazing. You can get it at the drugstore, obviously it's Maybelline, but it is perfect for doing winged liner. You can see how thin the tip is, and it's just perfect for creating that winged look. And since we did kind of a wing with our shadow, it's gonna be easy to create one with the liner. So you just kind of follow the pattern of the eyeshadow. Am I making any sense? Look, cheers. Yummy. So, give my eyeliner a little bit of a shake, and I'm going to go ahead and do a wing. So what I do for a wing is I look at where my bottom lash line curves up, and I kind of follow that line, and that's gonna be where the tip of the wing's gonna go. So you just keep it kind of low to the lash line. You don't want to bring your liner up too high because it'll distract from the shadow. You don't want to close your eye off too much. So then I just go into the inner corner, and I kind of extend mine in to kind of give a more almond shape appearance to the eye. Okay, now I'm gonna get the other eye and try to get them to match. That's a hard part, and it's hard if you're it's hard being right-handed and doing your right eye for whatever reason. I don't really know, but I'm gonna follow the same trick I did for the other one. And then I'm just going to, I think what I'm going to do is actually take a black eyeliner, or not eyeliner, a black shadow, and go over that liner just to lock it in. I'm going to take that detailing brush that we used for the stuff on the outer corner, and I'm just going to take the black shade in here, dip the tip of the brush in it, bang off that excess, and just go over where I place that liner. Don't go any further because you don't want to mess it up. And I'm only doing that on the outer portion of the eyeliner, not the inner, because I don't want to risk smudging the inner corner because we have that nice sharp line going for us. So there. That'll help lock in your eyeliner. Eyes are pretty much done. It's a good everyday look. Yeah, let me add a little more mascara. So this is the Milk Kush mascara that I love. I've also been using the Maybelline Pump It Up. It's one of the, Maybelline has like a million mascaras out there now, but they have a really good one called Pump It Up, and it gives volume and length. So I have that on now actually, but I'm gonna give it another coat with my Kush. That sounds kind of weird, but I'm just gonna go in with another coat or two just to kind of give a more dramatic look. I'm not wanting to go in with falsies right now. I'm not really about the falsies. I use Lash Boost on my lashes, so they're already pretty long, but this just makes them a little darker and a little bit more full, I guess. And then I'm gonna hit the bottom lash line. So that is done, and I think I'm gonna add a lip to this look because why not? It is fall. I am, you know, I've always been a little hesitant to do the whole vampy look, but I have this liquid lip that I want to use, and it's by NYX, so it's affordable. NYX, NYX, whatever you call it. You can get it at the drugstore, and it was like $7 or so. But it is kind of a purpley shade, and I thought it would go pretty well with the eye look that I'm doing. So the line is NYX Lingerie. It's a little risky, I know. And the shade is Embellishment. And I will say this stuff does not budge. Oh my gosh, it doesn't it doesn't move once it's dried down. It's so hard to get off, which is a good thing. And I think I might add a little bit of, I have my contour on. I use, for those of you who want to know what I use for contour, I get this question a lot because I am fair skinned. For contour, I use the Sephora brand. It's called Colorful Contour. That's, I guess, their, what, I don't know, their branding or whatever, but it is in the color Second Chance. And it is a perfect, I know it looks really dark, but it's a perfect color for sculpting because it is a neutral enough shade. It doesn't pull orange on fair skin tones, and it really does create an illusion of a shadow on your face. So I used that today as contour. I think I might go in with a little bit of bronzer just to give a little bit more warmth to the skin. I'm gonna go in with my BH Cosmetics stipple brush, and I'm gonna go in with my Milani bronzer in the shade Sunlight. It is the lightest shade, as you can see, and I'm gonna go right on top of the contour just to kind of warm up the face a little bit. And then, because I always love a good nose highlight, I'm taking my Morphe M510 brush. It's a highlighting brush, and I'm just dipping into the two lightest shades here. And I'm just gonna go down that first part of my nose as well as the tip of my nose. And sometimes you can even use a finger to do that. So just a little bit, just to give a little bit of glow and a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And I'm probably not gonna do any on the cheeks because the foundation I'm wearing does kind of help with that. So, all right, y'all, so this is the finished look. It's just a nice fall, warm-ish look. It's good. I don't know what to call it. I didn't even know what I was doing when I started this video. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you're all having a wonderful end to your work week. I hope you have a relaxing weekend, and as always, please comment, like, subscribe. If you have any ideas of what you would like to see, please just leave a comment down below. As always, it has been good chatting with y'all, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care.